What's going on, everyone? Joel Maniac here. So today we're going to be talking about Johnny Somali. If you don't know who Johnny Somali is, I'm happy for you. Johnny Somali is a trash streamer who made a habit of going to various Asian nations, and I think he went to some other non-Asian nations, and proceeds to make a complete ass out of himself by going around and harassing people or just acting like a complete and utter idiot.
What? What is it? Okay, I go. Whoa, what? Whoa! What are you doing?
While sometimes blaming it on mental illness, blaming it on alcoholism, being stupid and harassing or assaulting people. The things that I want to make very clear here is this was all done by his own stupidity. There's a fine line where some people, they can blame it on mental illness, they could blame it on alcoholism. He stayed in these Asian nations. This isn't the first one he's been in trouble in. I guess he's been in trouble in Japan.
This was actually a crime in Japan, but they never charged me with it. This is actually a crime. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised they didn't charge me with this in Japan.
Which crime is it?
This is break. This is, bro, is it work? This is a fucking construction truck. I have water on the van. I'm not surprised they didn't charge me with this one. This one is a kick at no rules. The truck was on with the keys.
Yo.
The keys are right there. You can see the keys. Look.
Wow, Johnny, you're so badass, so gangster. I can't believe you got in a truck and ate some watermelon. Wow, that's a third-degree felony right there.
And I've heard he was in trouble in the Philippines, but this is the one in South Korea. They're going to throw the book at him. They're tired of this. They want to make an example of him. And personally, I think fantastic. Go ahead, South Korea. I'm rooting for you. One thing that I will make known is everything that you're going to see here is provided by Legal Mindset. I have a link to the whole video that they did in the description down below. Some of the clips in this that I will use about the legal part of this is from them. I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a lawyer. I got a lot of this information from him. So South Korea is really upset with these streamers going to South Korea, and Johnny Somali really did some terrible things. And honestly, they're looking at throwing about 36 years of prison time at the guy, and I really think it's deserved. There's been a bit of a cultural shift in these streamers because they've been really going to these Asian nations, and they've been really causing a real problem. It's not just Johnny Somali. Recently, other ones have been an issue as well. What I mean by that is vitality.
So this prank influencer is looking at possibly 24 years in prison.
Also went to, I believe it was the Philippines, and he's getting about 20. He could be looking at about 20 years in prison as well because of just going to the Philippines and doing some stupid stuff out there as well. And they're just, all these Asian nations just had it with them. So I'm going to go over some of the charges here, and I'm going to provide you some context, some clips to kind of show you what they are. And so you can kind of have an understanding of what they are. So the first one in general, as you can see by this little chart here, the first one obviously is going to be interference of business count 1. This was disrupting a 7-Eleven where he messed with some ramen, and he threatens the lady who was there, who apparently was trying to help him by trying to get him to stop because noticed that he was some dumb, stupid American tourist. And if got him to stop, then he wouldn't be getting in trouble.
Here. Ahí estará.
Right to say you should never have kids. Your father was.
Of course, Johnny Somali, being the clout chasing idiot that he is, decided to not listen to her and just make a complete and utter idiot of himself. The second couple crimes we're going to kind of lump together. They're minor crimes of rotting fish and harassment.
Korean barbecue.
날 체포해. 보기 싫어.
Put the fish down like it's a weapon. They're saying put the fish down like it's a weapon. What do they want, Chad? The police are pulling me for having a fish. Oh, put the fish down for what? How is this a crime? What I do? Put it down.
And disrupting bus and metro system.
Y'all niggas gotta chill out. Don't touch me. I'll call the police on you. Stop touching me. You scaring me. Nagarongu. What is the meaning?
So that one kind of ties in with also interference of business with loud music on bus and monkey noises. Now, the one thing that I will make known and kind of legal mindset went into this was the metro system that is in South Korea is all about punctuality. They are very big on getting people to where they need to be on time. You mess with that and people are late to work, there are serious consequences in South Korea. And this is just something I've heard about. It's nothing I can confirm. If anybody out there is from South Korea and you can confirm this or you've been there, but I've heard like it's very strict labor laws there. Like if you're late too much, you will be fired. Like if you're late just a couple times to your job, you will be fired from your job. I don't know if that's a true statement. That's just what I've heard. If you do know something about that, please like let me know in the comments below, confirm it or let me know. So in those 4 things right there that he's already pled guilty to, that's 10 years and 2 months. Think about that. 10 years and 2 months. The next 2 things we're going to cover here is deep fakes. So I don't know if I have a clip of the deep fake, but the person who is involved in it is actually a male Korean streamer, Kiss. The person supposedly involved is the male South Korean Navy SEAL member who ended up slugging Johnny Somali. So this is the clip here.
One was for the Korean streamers kissing, the male streamers. So that's streamers like Dalgoon, the one who punched him, the UDT SEAL. That's like a Navy SEAL, the Korean version, the underwater demolition team. There's a deep fake of him. There's a deep fake of J Company, Bang TV, Youngman, all the other Korean streamers. The second one is for Bong Bong. Now, there were multiple deep fakes created of Bong Bong as well, which puts it in the category of potential maximum punishment, 10.5 years. And he also pled not guilty for that as well.
The reason this is such a huge deal and the reason why he went out and did this is because that's a huge issue when it comes to the military in South Korea. And for him to put out a deep fake like that, it was a really big deal. And that's why he actively sought out Johnny Somali, supposedly. If that is the person that was involved in that deep fake, that alone on its own is 10.5 years. So you're looking at 10 years, 2 months that he already pled guilty to. If he gets that, that's 20 years, 7 months right there. It's huge because you're just messing with people's lives down there. And that's just him being an idiot. It's a huge issue down there in South Korea. Obviously, they wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't 10.5 years of itself. But if you're looking at that, you're already looking at 30 years. It's 30 years of his life gone. Well, that's 10.5 years. So yeah, 10.5 years for that. Not guilty, he pled. But anyway, interference of business. Now, this one I'm going to let Legal Mindset talk to a bit because of the fact that this is something he said that was new, he didn't know about, but I'm going to let him talk about it.
This adds 5 years to the potential maximum. So you can now safely report that he faces up to 36 years behind bars, 36 years of prison time, which is a pretty large amount. Now, typically Korean courts don't give the maximum, but once again, it's moving us further and further up the line for potential time for Ramzi Khalid Ismail. Now, Ramzi today claimed he pled not guilty. He said, hey, I pled not guilty. I pled not guilty to all the new stuff. That is not correct, according to the record that we have so far in the media. And by record, I mean the record from the translators on the Somali conviction team. That's my team that was in the courtroom and reporting on this. Thing about this charge is there is really no defense for it. Why is there no defense? Well, there's no defense because a ride was shut down. We have the video, I've shown it on this channel, of a ride being shut down. If a ride is shut down, you have interfered with a business. It's clear cut. It's open and closed. We have it on video.
샬렉스 가들리 센트5 달러즈 서말리 친 나는 아이들과 섹스
They block off the ride because they're waiting for the security, right?
아이들과 섹스하고
I have
싶다
autism.
나는
I have autism.
아이들과 섹스하고 싶다 나는
I have
아이들과
autism.
섹스하고 싶다
Trying to claim he has autism as a defense, right? It's not. So he's running away. He's screaming, right?
Now, the one thing I'm going to make perfectly known about this whole thing, and the one reason I think that this is kind of a slam dunk case for the South Korean court system and the prosecutor and all that's involved, the idiot streamed all of this. That was the one thing that kind of cinches all this against Johnny Somali, is he actually streamed every second of this. The idiot puts all this on camera, goes out there, records every aspect of this, and this isn't even all of it. You got to keep in mind, the parts that aren't included in this is he actually streamed himself threatening the judge.
Like this, but he decided to wear this black hood. It has come out that he is clearly trying to look like Kanye West in his kind of get up here. You can see him here with Hank. who's acting as his Instagram boyfriend, recording him and making some video there. He's now, I cannot play Johnny's video. Johnny did put out his video on this because it contains extreme racism. It contains hateful remarks towards various races. But this was his court gimmick, which absolutely 100% failed because he was trying to pretend that this is something he was going to do at court. But indeed, he did not do this at court. This did not happen at all. And this is something that just looked embarrassing because it's really two men alone on a roof doing cosplay, which is absolutely ridiculous.
He streamed himself doing other things like defacing public property with that statue. I forget what the name it is, but here's the clip itself. I mean, and apparently this is a statue of like that was commemorated of women who were like R-worded and abused and everything like that. Like, I don't know why you would do that. Any person could literally look at the name and Google it and probably figure out what it is. But either way, it's a public statue. I don't know why you would do stuff like that, but he's a degenerate or idiot, so I guess he would do it anyway. But still, there's other things they could tack onto it, and that's the other thing. He's going to be away for over 35 years, 36 years. He's going to be gone for 36 years. They could literally look back at all of his months of streaming, years of streaming, and say, you know what? Nah, we find more stuff to tack onto it. There could be more. They got plenty of time to look into stuff. He could get in more trouble while he's in prison and add more stuff. Honestly, I think this is a win for the streaming community and basically for any kind of society out there. Dude's a degenerate. And I mean, besides this Hank guy who's basically been paying for his legal fees, paying for his food, paying for his clothing, paying for his transport and everything else he needs while he's in South Korea, he's got nobody left.
The judge, the prosecutor, y'all can suck my bitch ass. Yeah. Suck my soft. Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
And he's tried blaming it on mental illness.
I have autism.
He's tried blaming it on alcoholism. No, the dude is just an idiot. All he does is he just does it. He even admitted multiple times that he does it for clout. He has no morals. He just chases around people liking his stuff. And the only people, I guess, who are still in his streams, from what I understand, are just those who want to go out and just troll him or just hate post. That's it. So he ain't doing it for money. He's on Party, I think it was in the last stream I saw. So he's not even getting really anything from it because Party is just some third-rate trash streaming platform that's not even going to make it. I don't even know what the point of it is. Honestly, let me know what you think below. I honestly think this is a win. I personally want a camera in that courtroom because I want to see the look in his face when the judge sentences him to 36 years in prison. And personally, I think I'd honestly want to see one in Vitality's courtroom too when he gets 20 plus years in prison. All right, everyone, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.